Hey, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you where can I find the land value of my property. I'm always getting asked by my students, how do I figure out what this land's worth, or where do I go to find out what the land's worth? I'm going to teach you. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about today is the experts, like how to lean on the experts. The second thing I'm going to talk about are the people actually dealing in what we're trying to figure out what's worth. And the third, I'm going to talk about the sites, the websites, the land sites. Here we go. So I'm a big proponent on who, not how, and I'm talking about doing what you do best and contracting out the rest. There's already people, there's already experts that do what we're looking to do. Why should we become the expert? We don't have to be the expert, but we can lean on the experts. They're out there. So who am I talking about? I'm talking about the appraisers, the actual land appraisers, the people that go out and appraise the land, the houses. Talk to them. Your local appraiser is willing to kind of give you information when you need it. And sometimes you might have to pay a very small amount of money to go out and get an actual professional appraisal of a piece of land. And I'm not saying go out and get appraisals of land that you're looking at. Know that you think you have a deal, or know that you have a deal already before you do this. But a lot of times, they're probably like attorneys. They'll give you consultations. I know they're like attorneys. They will give you consultations for free. They'll look at what you have, and they'll kind of give you a good ballpark judgment of what they think it's worth before they kind of put pen to paper and start charging you for things. Next are your real estate agents that are already dealing in land. There's 5,000 realtors in the Pikes Peak MLS, and I guarantee you only probably 5 to 10 of them are actually dealing in land. It's such a small niche, and not all realtors like to mess with land because they'd rather list a $500,000 house or a $1 million house and make a percentage off that. A lot of realtors will give kind of a flat fee listing rate for land. And here's how I talk to realtors. But before I give you how to talk to realtors, I want to tell you how to find the right realtor. Not all realtors are created equal. Just because they have a real estate license doesn't mean they know anything about houses or land. But in this subject, we're talking about is land. How to figure out what the land is worth. How to figure out what the actual appraised value is worth on the land. So I go through and I figure out who the actual realtor is that deals in land. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out where this land is that I'm interested in, and then I'm going to contact a real estate office as close as possible to this land, and I'm going to call that office and I'm going to say, hey, who is your land specialist? Do you guys deal in land? No, we don't. Okay, is there an office that does deal in land, or an agent that you know that does deal in land? And most of the time, they can give you a good referral. And you get that referral to that agent office and say, hey, who's your land specialist if you don't already know? And you talk to this agent, and here's what you say to them. You say, hey, my name is Brent Bowers. I've actually got a piece of land that I'm looking to buy. I'm planning to turn around and sell this land as quick as possible. What would you list it for me for? What would you price this land at to do a quick 30-day blowout price? And oh, by the way, I'm also interested in doing some seller financing with it. What are your thoughts on that? Could I sell it faster? What could I sell it for? And I'm looking for a quick 30-day blowout price. I like to mention that multiple times because I don't want this realtor give me some, pie in the sky fantasy of what they can list this land for and I can sell it for 5 years from now when Google starts breaking ground next door. No, I want now. I want today's numbers because I'm going to backwards plan from that number, and I want to be at somewhere at 50, 40, or even 30 cents on the dollar of what this land is worth as far as my investment. I want that to be my investment. I want to have such a hedge, such a buffer, such a zone of protection to know that there's a no-brainer that I can get all my money back for this land if I had to. So I rely on realtors. So before I give you more sites on how to price your land or figure out what the market value of is, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel for me. So when looking for how to find the land value of your property, there's sites out there that people actually pay good money to list their land for sale on. The first site I'm going to talk about is landwatch.com. This is by all means my favorite site because it's super easy to use, and there's pretty much every single county in the United States, I'm pretty sure they have one piece of land for sale. And by the way, guys, there's over 3,100 counties in the United States. That's why there's so much opportunity for land, is there's just so much of it, and there's so many counties. And by the way, the land comes before the house and the apartments and the mobile homes and the storage units. So check out land. And here's a really cool pro tip, by the way. I'm just going to throw this in here. When you're looking for a realtor that deals in land, They are called the land specialist. The land specialists are on the LandWatch site. So you put your county in, your playground. Let's just say your county is El Paso County, Colorado, and you scroll down in El Paso County, and eventually you're going to find the land specialist, and that's usually a licensed realtor. That's another person we call. That's another person when we're going into a new area, we want to call and figure out a way to serve this realtor. I hate calling people and say, I'd like to pick your brain. That is the absolute worst thing you can ever say to someone, because what does that scream to me when someone says, I want to pick your brain, is I want your knowledge that you paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for, all these hours, you've gotten up at 4 a.m. and missed your son's first t-ball practice for the knowledge you've acquired, and I want it for free. That's what picking your brain tells me. So don't ever say that again. Get rid of those words out of your vocabulary. You call that realtor and say, hey, I've got land in this area. I'm looking to move into this area. I would like for you to list it for me. How much could I sell an acre of land for, or 2 acres of land for? And oh, by the way, Mr. Realtor, is there any other way I can serve you in your business? They've probably never had that phone call before. I have students that tell me all the time, well, I called this realtor and he wanted me to list the land with him right away. No, it's because you went at them at the wrong angle. You asked to pick their brain, or you asked them for something. Go into it and figure out a way to serve that realtor, and you'll have the best team member for life. So back to the land sites. I already told you about LandWatch and why I love it so much, but here's one thing. When you're first starting out, LandWatch is a little expensive. So you can use their free services. LandWatch comes from land.com. If you pay for land.com, it actually gets you on LandWatch and Land and Farm and all these other sites. I don't recommend starting there. I want you to keep revenue in the first position. I want you making money before you start spending money. So I want to talk to you about the free sites. And one of the free sites for the first listing is landcentury.com. Your first listing is free, and after that it's like $75 a month. That might seem like a lot of money, but when you have 5, 10, 15 parcels of land paying you $7,500 a month, $75 a month is pennies. It's a small squeeze to get a lot of juice from that lemon. But I also want to talk about, this is not about selling the land. This is about figuring out what your land is worth, or what a piece of property is worth. And another great, amazing site for that is Zillow, Zillow.com. You can literally go in and draw a map around this land that you're at and figure out what the 1 acre parcels are going for, what the 2 acre parcels are going for. And I recommend keeping like items, apples for apples, oranges for oranges. So if you're trying to figure out what a 2 acre parcel of land is worth, you want to look at the 2 acre parcels of land. So you want to go to Zillow and you want to click on lots and land only. Get rid of the houses, get rid of the mobile homes, uncheck those boxes. You're only looking for lots and land. And then you want to go and click the solds. In that area, you want to micro down this, get as micro as possible, narrow down as much as possible, and be close to this land. I mean, anything more than a couple miles away, you're probably pushing it. Maybe Zillow doesn't have much information in this area. Then you want to go and check out Redfin. Some people love Redfin more than they love Zillow. It's just your personal preference. I've found in some counties, Redfin doesn't have the information and Zillow does, or vice versa. So just figure out which one works best for you between the land sites, Zillow, Redfin. These are all places you can go to check out the value of your property. So here it is. I've got a free gift for you today, and it's my land buying roadmap. And it's every single time we buy a piece of land, we use this roadmap. And guys, this is so good because no one else is offering this stuff. No one else is on YouTube talking about land and why land and how it's created my lifestyle change, life freedom, financial freedom, geography freedom, time freedom. And it's easy and it's simple. There's like no competition in this. So that's why I'm bringing it to YouTube, giving you all the practical advice today. Check out my YouTube channel. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. More to come. If you want my free land buying roadmap, check out in the description below in this video and click the link, and it's all yours.